Hello, this is Allison Church. I hope you're having a good day. I wanted to convey to you my appreciation for the love and support that you've given me in the last couple episodes. Very confusing time for me right now. I do think I have to add another letter to the LGBTQ spectrum that I am in. I am a transgender. There's the T. I'm still a lesbian because I enjoy and value the company and companionship of women. But honestly, I must also stand with the Q, because in some aspects of my life I'm questioning where I stand on the world stage. And I appreciated the encouragement and words that you gave me, because even though I kind of hid it from you in episode 25 when I was talking about the kiss, I was totally fucked up. I mean, underneath the camera, my feet were like doing this, and I'm in a pretty good seat, so my butt's solidly cushioned, so you guys didn't see me jittering around in an epileptic-like fit. I had to tell someone, and you guys were the only ones I trusted. I met with him today, and we saw a couple movies. Very bad, very nerdy, very Star Trek. The first one was called Kingdom of the Spiders. It was a horror movie. Very, very, mid-1970s style. William Shatner was in it. The Shat. Love him. And we also watched another one. I think it was called Moon Rising or something like that. Had Walter Koenig in it, who played Chekhov on Star Trek. It was a science fiction / horror movie where Koenig was a NASA astronaut, was a shuttle pilot, and all that stuff. And his co-pilot or partner, of all people, was Bruce Campbell from the Evil Dead movies. It's good. They take Apollo 18 out of mothballs because NASA is receiving continuous signals of an alien origin on the moon. And it's kind of an urban legend. I don't know if it's true, but they say that NASA still has one Apollo mission from Saturn V rocket to command module in mothballs somewhere. So they used that in the movie. And they went up there and they encountered this alien that kind of housed itself in this huge little football that kind of looked like a brain. And they were kind of a cross between the Borg and the Terminator, because they used people as body parts so they could build their own body with machines, fuse them together, and then go after humanity as a whole. And they wanted to steal the computer, the navigational computer, from the command module for their own ship so that they could start navigating through space and conquer the universe. In boy mode, I liked movies like that, and I still kind of like them in nostalgic kind of ways. But it's the awfulness of them now that appeals to me. I should have been a movie critic. But to the date. In the middle of the Walter Koenig movie, no offense to Mr. Koenig, we kind of lost interest. And the next thing I know, he has his hand on my knee. And I don't know if this is normal in women, but I suddenly got this ball of tension and uneasiness in the pit of my stomach near my nom-nom parts. I started swallowing like crazy, and the next thing I know, we're locking lips again and kissing, and I had to tell him to watch where he was putting his hand because I didn't want him to, like, pull off my wig. This isn't my hair. After we were done, I thoroughly enjoyed it, by the way. But after we were done, we both had to seriously talk. And I had to honestly tell him I enjoy what's happening. And believe me, it made my week. But I do not want to ruin a 12-year-old friendship for a simple tryst. And I asked him with an open heart if he could wait until I find out who I am, which seems to be a story or a plot line that's changing day by day. He agreed, and with great relief said that he was thinking the same thing, even about himself. And I told him, I said, well, when all is said and done with me, I will be, a synthetic female who will finally have a body that will go with her mind and her heart. So there's that to consider 2 years down the road. Life is a strange fig. It really is. Some of the greatest things in your life happen just at the next turn. Unplanned. Not expected. This has been one of them. I will keep you posted. We are going to get together probably next weekend. Not this coming weekend, but next weekend, because I have that weekend off and I will be able to sort out the gremlins that are, racing and wreaking havoc in my mind. On the job front, things are becoming interesting at work. They are taking half of our work staff and they are putting them downtown because the executive vice presidents in charge of useless shit don't want to spend money hiring new people, but they still want us to maintain our numbers. And our numbers have gone up, like skyrocketed, 3 times what their normal base would be. There's going to be a lot of people complaining because they're not getting service. And their genius response to this is just, well, we all have to just hunker down, work harder, and do overtime. Unless it's mandatory overtime, I am not doing it, because it is not my job to compensate for the fact that they're not hiring people, and I am not going to risk my mental or physical health to overwork for them when they obviously go home at 5. Interesting things are happening in our lifetime. And I honestly believe that at the end of the tunnel, when we survive, we're going to come out as a new people. Possibly with a new philosophy and way of life. And I sincerely hope it's not to keep worshiping the 5 billionaires who run this planet. I so hope so. That we can find a way to live and live well. I made a meme on my Facebook page that kind of explains what I'm trying to say here, but in strict Star Trek nerdism terminology. When I was young, in the 70s and the early 80s, I kind of pictured the United States and Americans in general, I pictured us all as the Federation, a unique group of people who got together for a common cause and did things in that fashion. Something in my perception of reality happened to us in the late 80s and early 90s, and is only now starting to take root. We have de-evolved from the Federation to the Ferengi. It's all about the money. It's all about the Benjamins. And whoever gets hurt, it's kind of like Lee Iacocca's thing. Lead, follow, or get out of the way. I would add another one to that. Don't get out of the way. Protest until there's no air left in your body. I would like to believe that I am more to the world than what my net worth is. Look at Vincent van Gogh. The man in his lifetime probably made roughly around $175, $300. The most. Now his paintings sell for fortunes he, when he was alive, wouldn't have had the imagination or the courage to dream about. Got to get rid of that. I mean, every single one of us, you, me, the guy down the street, the neighbor you can't stand. We are totally unique to this galaxy, and once we pass on, our particular light will never shine again. Ever. Not in the physical plane. And we are allowing five people to tell us what to do. That is wrong. I'm sorry, I'm being dark today. Well, I'll let you go. I hope I didn't offend anybody with my rant today. Again, I do thank you for your support and your interest in my babbling. I think tomorrow I will try to find another book to do a little reading for you. Now, if you don't want to hear one, please let me know in the comments. But I really got a great satisfaction out of sharing my book, Knowing God, with you. So, this is Allison Church, and this has been Allison Through the Looking Glass. I hope you all have a wonderful night. Try to be kind to each other. Be understanding. But above all, my friends,